Willis not out of danger yet. So apparently, Fulton County Judge is going to allow Trump to appeal Fani Willis ruling. BBN Jack Frost. What up, party people? So yeah. Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee says that Trump's team can appeal his Fani Willis ruling. Okay. So if you're curious, what the Trump team is appealing is the order that he himself made, denying the disqualification of Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from this case. So basically, as everybody knows, Judge McAfee had said it's a significant appearance of impropriety. It could be solved very easily. He's like, we could just solve this today's. All we need is for one of these two parties over here, Willis or Wade, to step aside. So that's when Wade resigned, like hours after that. I guess they went back to like the crib and was like, let's bang one more time illegally. I have no idea. I have no idea why it took hours. I mean, I'm guessing that's something that you would have just made that decision like immediately. Like y'all would have either did Rochambeau or it was just already an afterthought. Because I'm gonna assume that you already knew that this would have been one of the likely outcomes, and you already would have made precautions if it led to this. I'm just assuming. Anyway, on Wednesday, there was a certificate before the court regarding reviewing the verdict in the Fani Willis disqualification hearing. He said that it is of such importance, Judge Scott McAfee says, it's of such importance to the case that it is immediately reviewed. And so that's basically what he said. We're going to do this immediately because, they can't, because the problem is, until they have this resolved, there's just other things that they just can't do. You understand? So he's trying to say we got to get this resolved immediately. All of the immediately. Because we got other things that we got to do. Anyway, also, petitions, the petition has around 45-day lifespan. So if he's looking at about 45 days till this petition actually gets looked at and they take care of everything on the petition and come to a conclusion. It's probably going to take about 45 days. He says whether it is addressed by then or not, he is going to continue to hear unrelated pending pretrial motions. So they're still working. They're still doing unrelated pretrial motion things, just so we could be clear. There's 8 defendants that, just so we could be clear, this is the case involving the 8 defendants in the election fraud case that asked Judge McAfee to allow to review of his ruling on the Willis case. So there's like, yo, look, we defendants over here, we still feel like there's a thing going on. We need it reviewed. Those are the people that had asked. He says until that is actually handled or taken care of or whatever, he's still going to see unrelated pending things that are already pending pretrial motions. So don't try to pull up with like a new idea. Yo, there's this thing we had been trying to get in, but we thinks that this is the right times, boss. Nah, it's not pending. It's just, you just brought it up. In any regard, the state court of appeals is going, they could decline hearing the case. So, it's 45 days till they hear the case, but they could decline. They could just be like, yo, look, we don't really want to hear the case. I'm not sure if that's a thing that's going to happen, because remember, right after he made that odor of mendacity claim, mendacity means basically the propensity to lie. Like, like just a whole bunch of lying going on, the mendacity of it. You understand? So he said since there's an odor of mendacity, it's at least involved with the testimony revolving around Willis's testimony and Wade's testimony, that he said after he said that, a ton of people went right after Willis's law degree, like a law license. They was like, yo, look, they start filing motions going after a law license. So they're saying that the Georgia Court of Appeals might decline, but there's a good chance that they aren't gonna decline, and they all themselves might want to insert themselves into this conversation, because the judge did leave opening for somebody to be able to insert themselves into this particular conversation. Like it's just so up in the wind. This isn't something that we want to put a definitive stamp on. At least I wouldn't want to do that by myself. Also, anyway, so pardon me, attorney Steve Siddall, for everybody that don't know, that's the guy that's representing Trump in his Georgia situation that is revolving around them trying to steal votes and steal the election. He's optimistic that the appellate review will lead to the dismissal of the DA and that she will be disqualified. Look over here. I'm optimistic on it. Just so we can be clear. The Monday motion, Willis was not exercising her independent professional judgment, particularly in the situation. It was a totally free of any compromising influences. So basically her judgment wasn't totally free of any compromising influences, because basically they said, and this is a quote, in its order, the court found that District Attorney Willis' actions had created an appearance of impropriety and an odor of mendacity that lingers in this case. So that's a quote, by the way. So that's a quote from the order, by the way. And I believe that came probably directly from the judge, or it came from the order. But if this did come from the judge, or the order, or whatever the case is, basically they're saying that there's a belief that as long as either one of these individuals is involved in this particular case, maybe even the department specifically is involved in this case, how can we expect for there to be fairness? Because they're already not operating in a manner that we perceive to be professional. At least the professionalism that they will have to display at this level of government, or at this position that they currently hold. They said, just so we could be clear, what happened was their relationship had made it so there was structural changes to the prosecution team. Also, they were denied January requests to have Willis removed. They tried to have her removed in January. That request was denied because she misused her power and personal benefits for her hiring Nathan Wade. That's what the request was for. That was denied in January. So they've been trying to make a lot of these requests also prior to the one in which they're making right now. Said there was no evidence of any actual conflict of interest. So maybe if they get other departments and other people involved, maybe they can go after more evidence. I don't know how this works. I would assume that that's what the attempt that's being made right now. We're trying to keep this alive long enough that we can get other individuals involved. And by doing that, we'll have access to different means in order to be able to acquire the information that we believe is going to be the adequate information, or the adequate evidence that's going to allow for the thing that we're asking for the court to happen. In any regard, let me know what y'all guys think. Put it down in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.